Channel 4 information. The sheriff's office is looking into the conduct of a Jacksonville police officer concerning a confrontation over a parking space.
20-year-old John Studi, who you see on the left of your screen, says an off-duty police officer, Corinthian Morgan, hit him with his car and then pulled a gun. Officer Morgan denies intentionally hitting him or aiming a gun at him. Their dispute was March 16th in a busy lot near the Riverside Publix and a number of restaurants. Channel 4 investigator Vic Micolucci has been digging for details for the past couple of weeks. He's joining us now live with what he found. Vic?
Tom, this man who claims he was hit says he did not think he was doing anything wrong. He was simply trying to save a spot as a favor for his family members. But this off-duty police officer became very upset and eventually violent. Of course, the police officer told detectives that is not the case at all.
Plan on going out to eat and walk our dog. We usually do about every other Sunday.
20-year-old John Studi says it was supposed to be a friendly afternoon with relatives here in Riverside, but it soon got hostile. Studi says his family was trying to visit the park across the street, but they couldn't find a spot, so he got out and finally found one. He stood in the middle and tried to reserve it until they could pull the car around. That's when he says 46-year-old Corinthian Morgan tried to pull in. He told Studi he couldn't save the spot, but Studi stood his ground. Studi then said the man backed his car into him, causing a leg injury. After that, Studi claims Morgan stopped and pulled out a handgun, pointing it towards him. Studi called police and soon found out the man he had been dealing with was an officer himself, although he wasn't working at the time. He, without a doubt, pointed it
at me. Yes, I mean, his finger was even extended and all. It wasn't just like he had his finger extended. I mean, like, I put my hands up and walked back, like, as soon as I could.
Records show the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office sent several officers to investigate. They interviewed Studi and Morgan. Officer Morgan told them he saw Studi move away, and that is why he backed into the spot. He also told detectives that Studi yelled racial slurs at him. The officer said he did have a gun on him and put it in his backpack during the confrontation, but he said he never pointed it at the 20-year-old.
My client never said anything derogatory to.
Attorney T.C. Roberts now represents Studi and says Officer Morgan should face charges for what he did.
Two possibilities. One would be aggravated battery with the vehicle. Vehicle is a deadly weapon according to Florida law. And the aggravated assault with a deadly weapon would be the gun issue.
Studi says he's going to stand for what's right, and no one should get special treatment.
How does somebody with a badge get over on the law? You know, I mean, they're here to enforce it, but also follow it.
Now, according to these documents I obtained, the state attorney's office has decided not to pursue any charges against Officer Morgan at the moment, claiming there just wasn't enough physical evidence or independent witnesses. Now, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office did respond to my request for comment today, but they said it is still an active internal affairs investigation, and they just could not talk about it at the moment per JSO policy. Reporting live, I'm Vic Micolucci, Channel 4, the local station.